In life, there is learning in each moment, even the not so pleasant ones. Meaning, at every given point in time, in every situation, a lesson can be derived. But it takes a sound mind and diligence to be able to identify these lessons. When you stop learning, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you stop living. A fundamental part of life comprises of learning, growing, and becoming a better version of yourself each day. So today, I would like us to talk about the lessons that I have learned in this season. Hi beautiful people, hi besties. Welcome on board to Woman of Valor. Process your emotions intentionally. This is a platform where we empower, motivate, and sharpen each other. A platform that is meant to help reconnect you back to yourself and back to God, your creator. You no longer have to be a victim of your upbringing, a victim of society, culture, or even your traumas. A platform where women of valor and people of valor are made. So back to the lessons that I've learned this season. So the first lesson that I've learned in this season is to respond and not react. Most times we actually react. We react to people's behaviors. We react to people's mistakes. We react to people's opinions. We react to the way that people behave. But we are supposed to be responding and not reacting. The difference is when you respond, you're actually being mindful of what you're saying. You're actually being mindful of how you're saying what you're saying. But when you react, you're reacting from an emotional place. You're reacting based on what the person has said, not based on a logical view. When you react, you're not balanced the whole thing up. But when you respond, you've actually thought about what you're about to say. When you respond, you've actually thought about how your answer is going to influence the hearer. One thing that helps me to respond and not react is the fact that people's behaviors have very little to do with us and everything to do with them. It is easy for someone to transfer aggression. Someone is acting a certain way. It's not necessarily because of you. You're not necessarily the problem. The person is basically pouring out what is inside of them, because we cannot give what we don't have. We cannot pour from an empty cup. So basically, if someone is behaving to you in a certain way, if someone is acting a certain way, or if someone does something, the person is just pouring out what is in them. If what the person is pouring out is what is in them, I have no business going down low so that I can match their energy. But it's my responsibility to respond in love. Now, when you respond, you're actually pouring out what is in you, because it is easy to be triggered by someone's behavior or by someone's mistake or by something that someone does. But the ability to just be calm, the ability to understand that the person's behavior doesn't have to move you to act like them, helps you to respond with love. In life, it's not about what happens to you, but it's about how you respond. If someone is acting in a kind of way, your response is what actually seals the whole thing. Your response is what is going to determine what happens after that. As the Bible says, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger, which means that it's not actually what was said or what was done, but your response seals it up. We have the ability to choose if we are going to react or we are going to respond. Choose to respond. If you realize that you're always quick to react and not respond, if you realize that you're quick to react in anger, you're quick to react in a certain way, then check yourself, because basically you're only pouring out what's in you. And it's not about the other person, it's about you. Because someone who is full of love, regardless of how you shake that person, only love will come out. But if you're full of hate, if you have some unprocessed emotions deep down of you, then it's easy for other things to pop up when you're triggered. So regardless of what was said or done, choose to respond and not react. The second lesson I've learned is that don't you dare lower your standards in life. because standards only scare off those not meant for you. And when I'm talking about standards, it's not just limited to material things, because that's what we've limited standards to nowadays. But that's the very, very basic definition of standards. Standards are your values, your preferences, your boundaries, the way you would love to be treated. Those are your standards. And I'm sure sometimes we find ourselves in positions where we are like, maybe I should tone this down a little bit. Maybe I should break this boundary. Maybe I can let go of these values. Okay, maybe I can adjust a certain preference of mine to fit a certain person. But that is a mistake, because the truth is, your standards actually protect you from low quality experiences. There is no point of lowering your standards, or there's no point of not upholding your boundaries just to make another person comfortable. Because at the end of the day, while making that person comfortable, you are making yourself miserable, and that's detrimental to your well-being. We all deserve standards. As a matter of fact, we all have them, whether we know that or not. So be yourself, uphold your standards, because you're actually worthy of them. And no, honey, let no one deceive you that your standards are too high and impossible to be met. Be yourself, and the world will adjust. The third lesson that I have learned in this season is that people matter. Company matter. As a matter of fact, bad company corrupts good morals. You know, growing up, I actually used to be of the opinion that it's okay for me to, have friends who are not necessarily aligned with my values, because they can do their thing and I don't have to do what they do. It's okay for me to be friends with them. It's okay for us to roll together. But the truth is, bad company corrupts good morals. And people matter, to be honest. We are supposed to be sharpening each other. We are supposed to be watering each other. We are supposed to be helping each other grow. So when you surround yourself with people who are not aligned with the kind of person you want to be, or who are not aligned with your growth, then you're making a mistake, because they are going to choke up the little cultivation that you're trying to do, the little growth that you're trying to do. They're going to choke it up, and you realize that you stop growing. Many people have failed because of the company they keep. And this helped me to understand that one-man army mentality is a mistake. I used to be of the opinion that I don't like people, women are not all that, there's always a lot of drama, so I'd rather just be on my own. But the truth is that nobody is an island. And if you're going to grow the right way, then you have to have a community of people that are actually able to pour into you in that light. Because truth is, none of us are empty. There's what they call the gifts of men. Each and every one of us have something, potentials, gifts, talents. And it's true that we are not at the same level, because some people have actually been able to nurture their own. Some people have actually been able to build their own. But you wouldn't know who has built what, or who can actually help you build, if you're not giving anybody a chance. If you're always isolating yourself or seeing yourself as a one-man army, that is actually hindering your growth, because it means that you're not making use of the gifts of men. There is something that you need that you don't have, that the person next to you have. There is something that you need that you are not really able to tap into, but another person will easily be able to tap into and bring it into you. If we are able to make use of humanity, God who created the universe, he is not dumb, and he actually created the universe based on love. Love is a universal language, and love means that we are able to hold each other's hand, we are able to look out for each other, we are able to water each other, and you cannot do that if you're isolated. So basically, having a community of people who have the same interests as you, people who are going the same direction as you, will actually help you reach your destination faster, will actually help you grow, will actually hold you accountable and help you become a better person. It's true that humanity is so wicked, but at the end of the day, vibration attracts, and like-minded people attract. I was actually having an interesting conversation one day with a client, and she was telling me, she doesn't believe in love. She doesn't believe that genuine people still exist. And I asked her one question. I said, are you genuine? Are you able to give out love? And she said yes. And I said, so you think you're the only genuine person on earth? Do you know how many people are on planet Earth? Do you know how many people are in the world? So basically, if you believe in something, you think that you're the only person who believes in that thing. If you see yourself as a good person, so you think you're the only good person on earth. If you see yourself as a person of integrity, a person of character, so you think you're the only person of integrity here on earth. That's a crazy mentality, because the earth is so big, and to be honest, we have not even encountered 1/3 of the people that live here on earth. So why shut yourself out, or why close your heart because a couple of people have messed you up with what they have inside of them? Like I said, we only give out what we have. So if you've had a couple of bad experiences, know that those people were pouring out what they have in them. But that's not everybody. You cannot take one person's story and make it everybody's story, because we all are different. And if you possess a certain character or a certain quality, then you should be able to believe that there are other people who possess this very character or quality as you. Vibrate higher, and the people who are meant for you will vibrate right to you. The fourth lesson that I have learned is that don't despise your small beginnings. Your life is only looking small now because it's in the form of a seed. There is a lot of pressure to be big. Nobody wants to go through the normal process of life. Everybody is in a rush. You start a business today and you want to start making profits today. You start building your character today and you want to start seeing the results today. We want sharp results, sharp. We want to see things so fast. But life does not operate like that. And as long as the earth remains, principles will not fail. The principle of seed time and harvest will not fail. We need to understand that there are principles that govern the earth. We need to understand that there are processes that must happen before we get the end results of what we are looking at. But so many times we are always in a rush. Life is not like that. The principles will not change to adapt to us, but we actually have to make efforts to understand the principles that govern the earth, so that we can actually program ourselves to do the right things in season, and then we can start getting the results that we are looking at. So small beginnings matter. Don't despise them. It's okay to start small. Nobody was born great. Great men are made. Okay, so there is no way that you can become great without going through the process. If you even look at people's success stories, great men's success stories, you understand that they went through things, they went through process. There was a waiting season. There was a period where it was looking like nothing is showing. There was a period where they made losses. There was a period where nothing was working, but they kept pushing because they understood principles. And this generation, we are so much in a rush that we tend to be unfaithful in the small days. We tend to let go of character. We tend to let go of integrity. Since we're in a rush to make money, we're in a rush to do things big, we are no longer sincere. Sincerity has been thrown off the window. Nobody really cares about values. Nobody really cares about integrity. Everybody is lying to make ends meet. Everybody is doing what they can do to make ends meet. But it's not like that, okay? Find your path and stick to it. Invest yourself in godliness. Be faithful in the small days. Small days are not here to kill you. They are meant to make you. It's in the small days that your character is built. It's in the small days that your integrity is built. Now, if you despise those small days, then you will not be able to build these things that you need to sustain you in your greatness. So be patient, okay? It's okay to be small. It's okay to start small, because when you understand seasons and you understand that it's a process, then you go through it restfully. You're not bothered. It's easy to be consistent. It's easy to be faithful, because you understand that at the end of it, you will reap if you do not faint. The fifth lesson that I've learned this season is that the cure to fear is action. Most of us spend our life in the tension between rejection and selection. That is, we want to be selected so bad, but we are too scared to put ourselves in a position to actually receive what God has in store for us. We are scared to put ourselves up there for fear that we might not be selected, or they might not want what we want, or we might not get what we want. But we will never know at the end of the day unless we try. Fear is actually a tool of the devil to cripple us from becoming our best self and laying hold of all that God has in store for us. Because what fear does is it puts doubt in your mind. You start thinking, what if I don't succeed? What if it doesn't work? What if I don't get it? What if they don't want me? What if? But this what ifs, you'll never ever know the answer until you actually take action and do this thing that you're so doubtful of. So we see that the cure to fear is action. Whatever you're scared of the most, do it. Whatever you really want to try, but you keep having the what if thoughts, do it. Because at the end of the day, failure does not define you. Even if you fail, it does not matter, because nobody is looking at how many times you failed. History does not record how many shots you missed. It only records how many shots you made. So keep shooting your shots. Keep doing what it is that God is putting in your heart to do. And even if you fail, it does not matter. Then you can learn and better position yourself to come back harder. One thing I know is that fear is not a death sentence. It is redirection. If you don't succeed in doing something, that means that God is redirecting you to something else. If you don't succeed in doing something, that means that God is redirecting you to better prepare. If you don't succeed in doing something, that means that God is redirecting you to learn a necessary lesson that is needed for what He has in store for you. So why not take action? At the end of the day, failure has never ever killed anybody, because nobody cares. Keep shooting your shot. Keep knocking on that door. Even if that is not the door, it is a door that is leading to the right door. So keep opening doors, because the cure to fear is action. It's important that we don't just be going about life in zombie mode. Actually, that's what the devil wants to do. He wants to so suffocate us with our problems so much so that we are no longer able to be diligent enough to identify these little lessons that are necessary for the next stage of our lives. Don't allow that to happen, okay? Regardless of whatever is going on around you, know that it will pass. If you're in hellfire, why do you want to stop there? Keep moving. Nothing lasts forever. Not even that situation. I know that the end of the year always comes with a lot of pressure, because at the beginning of the year we set goals for ourselves, we outline what we wanted to achieve this year, and so when the year is coming to an end and you realize that you've not achieved half of what you put in your mind or you set in your goal book that you want to achieve, there is pressure. You start feeling bad, you start thinking, you start being sad, start thinking about your life. Am I even doing the right thing? Am I in the right place? What is happening to me? Please, let's evict that this year, okay? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what was achieved or what was not achieved. What matters is how much you have learned, how much you have grown, how much you're becoming a better version of yourself each day. So don't allow the trivial things, which are material things, distract you. Remember, your calendar is not God's calendar, okay? The most important thing is to focus on the lessons, to keep being diligent, to keep being faithful, to keep moving, to keep pushing, and to keep being grateful, because gratitude is a magnet for more blessings. We have come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that these lessons that I've shared with you will empower you, encourage you, motivate you, and put you on your feet to keep pushing. Regardless of what season you are right now, know that it will pass, because nothing lasts forever. And as long as you're being diligent, as long as you're being faithful, know that there is greatness waiting for you. On that note, we are not ending this year sad. We are not ending this year pressured. We are not ending this year offended. We are not ending this year resentful. No. We are ending the year with gratitude. We are ending the year with joy. We are ending the year with hope. We are ending the year with a sound mind. We are ending the year with fullness of spirit, because God kept you. And if you are still here on earth, that means that there is hope for you. If you are still here on earth, it means that there is more in store for you. So keep pushing, okay? I love you, and there is nothing you can do about it.